Somebody say, show me the
Money.
oh my goodness. So it's impacting my career big time. Now, why would public speaking anxiety impact someone's career? I was in property management for about 10 years. So I love the whole real estate and working with apartments. Beautiful industry, but why do you guys think lack of public speaking ability would impact someone's career?
Confidence lacking, lacking confidence means that other people will lack confidence in you, which can impact your sales.
Well, public speaking is all about selling at the end of the day, selling yourself.
And you have to be able to convince people, to buy what you're selling. You should be able to talk to them.
Yeah, and you're in a role right now. You're gonna be convincing. You gotta convince neighborhoods and blah, blah, blah. And what's the best way to convince someone? Is it through sales tactics? How about the ones that go under the radar? Unseen sales tactics, ninja tactics. Are those like the best way to convince people? Everybody say force of personality.
Force of personality.
That's the best way to convince people. Now you got to be authentic. You can't be forceful and fake. You got to be forceful and genuine. But you can't be forceful if you got something holding you back. That's like trying to drive with the brakes on. And a lot of you're trying to drive with the brakes on when you're talking to folks. You're not fully letting go. Now in your mind's eye you are. Man, I see myself on stage. I see myself giving this kind of presentation, and there's my boss and everybody's rallied around. I see myself doing this and everyone's excited. But then when the moment comes and you're like, here I go. It's like it doesn't play out like that, does it? There's release muscles and there's control muscles. And a lot of people, we're in our control muscles. What I'm here to help you to do is to get into your release muscles. Totally let it go. There is no need to fear public speaking. All that you need is within you right now. Public speaking is not one of those type of skills that requires a lot of time to master. Do you know why? It might be hard for some of you. It took me decades to realize this. You've been speaking since the age of 2. And if you've ever been to a wedding, and who here likes to drink a tequila or wine or beer? Margarita. Or Strong Island. Or you're a big guy, it takes a lot to knock you
Or
down.
all the above, right?
Let's just make it happy hour on a Saturday morning, And so, have you ever been in those kind of situations where you're a little buzzed and all of a sudden you're totally in the zone? So you're a level 10 public speaker? Do you understand? Like you already have the skills, but it's not enough to understand that. So we know that. But then what's the answer? Are we gonna drink on the job? Because then we gotta keep drinking, we gotta keep it up, right? Like every 2 hours, I gotta sneak a couple. Yeah, I used to have the tiny ones, the little tiny ones you get at the liquor store, the little vodkas, the little whiskeys. Keep a couple in the pockets right here, and then put some in the coffee. That way they're not gonna smell it on the breath. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right. So I was a really tough case. Now, guys, I stopped drinking 4 years ago. What I can tell you is that our brain, you're a pharmacist, our brain has the ability to produce all those chemicals, the dopamines. What are they? The neurotransmitters, the serotonin, the adrenaline. Well, we don't want too much of that. No. The oxytocin, all of those type of things, right? We do want a little adrenaline, and it can do it naturally. I was definitely in a place of absolute frustration, and it took me to the point where I just said, I have to do something about it. And guys, if I'm really honest with all of you, I was in a very dark place. I mean, I was in a very dark place where I didn't even know if I wanted to be there. Because a lot of times, people that resort to demonic tactics or activities, they're actually, if you really peel back the onion, they're very lonely and they want to connect. You know, and we've had something tragic happen this week with Charlie Kirk, and it's very, very sad. Regardless, I'm not going to go into that. We don't have time to go on, into that at the moment. Now, I've never had those kind of tendencies to, you know, harm anybody else, but at times I had an instinct to harm myself. And even if it's not that deep for you, think about how much potential, because a lot of things we just don't even understand the opportunity cost that's costing us, right? There's, you know, the cost of action, but there's also the cost of inaction. And a lot of times we just don't think about that. We stick to our familiarities and our comfort zone, and we just say that, you know what, eventually I'll get ready to get ready. Well, for me, that took 3 decades. And then finally in 2012, I made a radical transformation. And I transformed myself from an introvert into an extrovert. And when I did that, I started Atlanta public speaking because I said, this took me 3 freaking decades to do. And that's why I want to let you guys know that any other program out there that I personally tried, all of them had an on-off button. You guys know what I mean when I say that? An on-off button?
Explain.
So,
Energy didn't stay consistent, or?
yes. Yeah. So I could be in a class and then maybe I could do the drill or do the 5-minute speech, and sometimes I would memorize it. But when it came time to actually, you know, actually hold that energy, I couldn't. It was like a character. So there was always on off. And what I really wanted was a deep level identity shift. I really wanted to always feel confident.
Yeah.
How many people here you want to feel always confident? To where if I look in the camera, some of you guys want to start social media channels, YouTube channels, etc. And when you look in the camera, wouldn't it be nice to just do a one take without any kind of preparation at all? And the first thing I'm gonna try to embed into your subconscious mind here today, because in order to get to the subconscious, we have to first bring something to the forefront of our mind. So we go from the back to the front. Okay? Awareness is the first step. And I want you guys to be aware of this, and I want this to be embedded into your subconscious mind. And it starts here, and here's a writer downer. I would love for you to write down. It is, I have endless content for days and days and days and days without any prep at all. Who wants to read that out just in case somebody, if I said that a little too fast? Who wants to read that out?
I have endless content for days and days and days and days without any prep at all.
Without any prep at all. So that means if I said, hey, James, I'm leading a conference in Miami. I got one. It's a multi-city type of deal. I got one in Atlanta. All of a sudden, I gotta go do the Miami one. The backup speaker, he got sick. I gotta go there. You're covering Atlanta for the next 3 days. You're on stage. You're gonna talk. Boom. Here's the mic. Bye. Guess what? You could do it. You could do it, and you could do it, and you could do it, and you could do it. Like, what would I talk about? What would I talk about? Well, you start acknowledging the first things that you notice, that you feel. All right, so Ariel's in Miami, guys. My name is Clayton, and honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to say to you guys, but he gave me the microphone for the next 3 days. And first of all, I feel a little overwhelmed by the moment.
Yeah.
You start talking about what you feel.
Okay.
And the memory works like a kinetic chain. Overwhelmed by the moment. There's something that we call grab words. We grab on to the last thing that was said. In the meeting, in the conversation with the patients, last thing you said on the social media post, last thing you said, last thing that was said. Does that make sense? Latch words, grab words. Okay? We grab onto a couple of them. So I'm over here, like, okay, for the next 3 days I gotta talk. I'm a little overwhelmed by the moment, guys. Maybe a key word could be overwhelmed. Now, how many people you've ever been overwhelmed by something in your life? Whether it's being up here like I'm doing, and I don't know what I'm going to say for the next 3 days. How many times have you guys felt such a way to where you don't know what you're going to do? You've been in over the hill to where you don't even know what you're going to say. Anybody ever felt speechless in their life? You say, I'm giving you your 3 days content right now.